Deebo, what was it like getting to be a part of the My Cause, My Cleats?
It was amazing. We chose this bat. It's a grant out here to help kids and stuff. Not only through football but through school as well.
You excited to return to warmer weather this weekend?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You guys have been without BA for about 6 games now. Can you just tell us how that's affected the wide receiver core? And
If you would have asked me that 6 weeks ago, I probably would have had a better answer. But I don't know. It's kind of, we want him in there for sure. We really don't know how to answer that. But we always want him here. Nobody wanted to see him go down, but it's just athletic ability and the things that he's able to do out there.
I guess what I'm meaning to ask is, yeah, I know. Like, how are you doing? How's Juwan doing? How's Ricky doing to kind of help compensate for it?
We're doing pretty good.
How's Brandon doing?
Oh yeah, he was in here yesterday. He's Brandon. Happy, chilling. Just regular conversation.
Are his spirits up still?
Yeah, for sure.
Christian out now. Does it feel like this just keeps piling up? Whether it's injuries or personal things that people haven't dealt with. How hard has this year been to do?
With this game come injuries. We never want to see Christian go down. He's one of our, more vocal leaders on this team. It's just been a rocky mountain for real, to be honest with you, with injuries and all the other things that, we've been having to go through this season. But, at the end of the day, we just got to step up and just play some ball.
Deebo, you've had some big kickoff returns so far in these last couple games. What's the key? What's the key to busting one on a kickoff return?
Just see a hole and run it.
Hit it hard.
Yeah.
To kind of follow up on the question about how the team's doing, how you're doing, I've seen you kind of post a few motivational quotes or so. Does that kind of speak to how you're feeling in this season, or you're just doing it just because? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's motivational quotes. I think it's just music. At the end of the day. One of my posts. Yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, we not having the season that we want to have for sure. And our record don't show how really good we is as a team. So, still believing in this locker room, just rallying all the troops and just getting ready for this game.
One more. Oxy actually said that this team is so much better than the record shows. Does that kind of hurt going forward in this season as far as trying to bounce back as a team? Or
What you mean, hurt?
Is it hard to bounce back knowing that you guys are kind of trying to do that in these last few games?
I don't think it's hard to bounce back. We know what we got to do. We got to play complimentary football. For us, we got to go out there and score points and give defense a little motivation, and defense got to go get stops to give us a little bit of motivation, make plays on special teams. So at the end of the day, we just got to play complimentary football, and I think we'll be all right.
Are there any parallels between this season and the 2020 season when you guys got in here?
Thanks, Deebo.
All right.
Kyle was just saying that one of the big adjustments a young running back has to make is kind of figuring out the urgency it takes to run well in this league, that holes close real quick. What was that process like for you in terms of once you got here and then kind of figuring out how fast it goes?
I think that's one of those things that just comes with reps. The more reps you get, the more you get the feel for it, and the more I've gotten, I think I've caught on to that. So that's something that's helped me, and will continue to help me.
Speaking of reps, you've had a few big plays in big games, crucial plays at that. Does that kind of, now that you're the next man up, does that kind of help you to kind of feel as if you're ready for whatever moment that comes towards you now?
Yeah, it does help, but I've had the same mentality the whole time. I always give credit to Coach T, just preparing everybody like they're going to be the starters, so that way when moments like that do come up, I'm ready for it.
What players on this team have you talked to? I know it's not necessarily the beginning of the season by any stretch, but who have you kind of talked to, and what advice have they given you? I've been fortunate enough to talk to a lot of guys. They all kind of have their own take on everything, which is kind of nice. Offense and defensive side of the ball. So, picking one, it's kind of hard because I've gotten advice from a lot of guys, but I think that speaks wonders about just the environment that we have here, and the vets, their willingness to help out young guys. So it's been nice.
I'm sure it's not the way you want to step into the starting role with guys getting hurt ahead of you, but just what do you feel like is your kind of state of readiness for an expanded role right now?
Obviously,
stuff like that. You know, you don't like to hear it, and you know it's unfortunate the way stuff happens. But you know that's kind of how this game is. You know, stuff happens, stuff changes quick. But you know, like I said, you know, I give credit to Coach T. You know, just preparing everybody like they're gonna start the game. So you know, when a moment like this does come, you know, I'm ready for it.
Were you a running back before college at any level, like Pop Warner?
Yeah, I think the last time I was 4th grade, but honestly, past that, I was a wide receiver up until college. Then I switched back to running back.
Okay, so when you get to college, did you have a sense they might switch positions with you?
Yeah, no, it was a conversation had. You know, going to school like Wisconsin, you know, they ran the ball a lot, so you know, I just saw a big opportunity, and then you know, I ended up making the switch.
So you walked in, more or less.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
No, you know, I keep saying it, but you know that's the fortunate part about having Coach T as a coach. Is like, you know, every week I prepare the same. You know, regardless of if I'm starting a game or not. You know, preparation doesn't change. So, you know, I think that's the good thing about working with him.
How are you better now than in week 1? I mean, where have you made your big improvements in this offense?
You know, just like I touched on earlier, I think, you know, just being able to get those reps and then, you know, understand, get a feel for the speed of the game, you know, it helps out a lot. So, you know, just continuing to get more reps is, I think, what's going to help me grow the most.
Christian said last year that, you know, even with all of his experience, when he got here, it took a while to learn that outside run and to have the patience for it.
Right.
Is that, where are you sort of in that kind of learning curve about really getting a full understanding of how that particular play works?
Yeah, I mean, it's just similar. It's like, you know, once you get a feeling, you know, got to get a connection with your O-line, you know, how things are blocked up and stuff like that. You know, you're just going to get a feel for it. And, you know, obviously, you know, he's got a feel for it. And, you know, I'm just going to continue to, like, the more reps I get, you know, just continue to build with that.
I think it was in the Holiday Bowl you had like.
What players have been your mentors on this team and helped you get to where you are right now?
You know, like I said, you know, both sides of the ball, you know, I've been fortunate to talk to a lot of guys, get a lot of advice, you know, talk to Fred before, talk to Bosa, talk to Christian, talk to Brian, you know, just all types of guys who, you know, who have been around for a little while, you know, who, you know, are able to give me bits and pieces of advice. So, you know, it's been nice, you know, whether that's getting advice from recovery, from game prep, just anything like that. But, you know, those are all guys that, you know, also, you know, made it clear that if I need anything, you know, they're there for me. So I appreciate that.
Have you heard anything from Christian this week?
You know, I talked to him, just told him I was praying for him. You know, obviously, you know, don't like to hear stuff like that, but you know, I just told him I was praying for him, and, you know, he told me, he was like, if you need anything, you know, I'm here for you, any questions. So I appreciate him for that.
I think it was in the Holiday Bowl, you had like 26 carries and 5 catches. And how eager are you to sort of test yourself in that way? To get a big workload and see what you can do?
Yeah, no, I'm excited, but really it's just, you know, whatever it takes to win. You know, I think that's the main thing. You know, just taking everything 1 week at a time. You know, so whatever that plan looks like, I feel like I'm ready for it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Fred, I guess these last 2 games, the run defense, everything. I mean, how difficult has this been, just you personally and just, you know, for the team?
I mean, it's been so frustrating because I know what it's supposed to look like, and that's not it. Having played dominant defense here for so long, you know what it's supposed to look like, and you think that you're doing things the right way throughout the week to give yourself the best chance to go out there and play dominant and chance of winning the game, and it's like things aren't going how you want them to, and so, you know, you got to continue to look internal to see, you know, how you can be better individually, and then look as a group how to be better, and, you know, we just got to be on it, got to execute better.
To follow up on that, I asked Deebo similarly, how hard is it to kind of bounce back, given all that you just said, that you guys come out here and do all the things that you feel like you're supposed to do, but then you go out and it's unrewarding to lose. How hard is it to find a way to bounce back this season, given the state that this team is in at this point?
I mean, the greatest feeling in the world is to win. And so, I mean, you have everything ahead of you to just win one game. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking ahead at anything else of 5 games left, of playoff hopes, of anything. It's honestly like, hey, let's just get back to like winning a football game. You know what I'm saying? Or even giving ourselves a chance to win a game, because being in 2 blowout losses is like the worst feeling in the world. So just getting a chance to go back out there and win.
With 7:55 left, you guys came out onto the field for your last defensive series, and you were out there. And it seemed like, and I'm watching from the press box, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm seeing, but it seemed like Jalen Graham went out to take your place, and you sent him back to the sideline. Is that right? And why was it important for you to be out there, at least to begin that final series?
I mean, I wanted to be out there the rest of the game. The coaches knew that, but at the end of the day, it wasn't my decision. They wanted to protect me from myself. I begged Kyle to go in, and he let me go in, and then after one play, he decided it's not worth it, so that's when he took me out.
With Christian getting hurt, with your injury, with all the other ones that you've had, has it felt like a little bit of you can't catch a break with the injury stuff?
It hasn't. The injuries haven't gone our way, especially at specific positions where, at key starters, ones that have a big effect on the game. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. A lot of teams are dealing with worse than what we're dealing with, right? And so I'm just always trying to look to find a way to win a game with who we got out there. It's all, at the end of the day, we got 11 NFL players on our side of the ball, so we got to go.
What have you seen out of Caleb Williams, and what kind of challenge does he present you guys?
I think Caleb's done a really great job, honestly. Protecting the football, no interceptions over the last 6 games. Actually reading defenses and putting the ball where it needs to go. I think he's done a great job, and obviously he has the legs to be able to extend plays and make things happen there. So we got to just try and make his life hard on Sunday.
When you're going against a team with the coaching change they're going through, do you expect a sort of energy boost from them with the change, or what do you sort of anticipate out of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I know they've been going through a rough patch themselves. Being in a bunch of close games against really good football teams. And I don't know how it is over there because obviously I'm not there. But anytime that sort of thing happens with a coach, a team wants to just go out there and play free, nothing to lose. Of course they're going to bring everything against us.
The defense has had some real challenges. How are you guys working on to close that up?
It comes down to everybody just doing their job, as simple as it sounds. I mean, there's plays in there. We're just not aligned. We're not all on the same page when it comes to the call and different things like that. We as players just got to be on it. We got to be on it, not just on the first series, not the second series, like all the way through a game. And we got to hold ourselves to a high standard and play exactly how we know how to play.
Is it partially just sticking with your assignments and doing what you're supposed to as opposed to trying to make a play sometimes?
I mean, it's a combination of things, but like I said, at the end of the day, like the small details that we're giving up, like should be non-negotiables, are showing up there in terms of mistakes being made. So just being on it, we can put up with a guy on their team making an outstanding play, but at the end of the day, if we're beating ourselves, we're never going to give ourselves a chance to win.
Isaac Gurendo was saying that you're a veteran guy that he's come to for advice and ask questions. What have been your impressions of Isaac and kind of his readiness to step into a bigger role?
Yeah, I think Isaac's done a great job. I think our entire rookie class as a whole has done an awesome job of just coming in and being prepared, having the right mindset of my moment can come at any time. We've used Isaac a ton this season, but now it's his turn to really take a hold of that position.
Fred, asking because your ankle, are you intent on finishing this season regardless of how this plays out?
Oh, Eric, you sly dog. Yes, I am intentful on finishing out the year. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Good? Thank you. All right.